Hey guys, I just want to do my review for Once Upon a Time, Season 5, Episode 15, The Brothers Jones. Um, Killian's taken back to Emma's house, or at least the version of Emma's house in the underworld, and she uses magic to heal him of his injuries from Hades' torture. And Killian feels like he doesn't deserve to be saved because Emma was able to fight off the darkness for 6 weeks, while Killian gave into it immediately, and then they're visited by Killian's brother Liam, who is glad to see Killian and wants to help him get out of the underworld and defeat Hades, but takes an immediate dislike to Emma because he says how Killian's been fighting darkness for his entire life, and because of the whole fiasco with the Dark Swan, that Emma pushed him into it like head first, and that if he really cares about Killian, and if she really cares about him, that she should let him move on. However, Hades ends up getting wind of what their plan is, and he tells Liam that he has to take the pages out of the book Once Upon a Time, you know, about his history and how to defeat him, or else he'll tell Killian of the deal he made with him in the past. The deal was that they were shipmates on a pirate ship. Liam refused to go into the Navy and refused to leave Hook behind. And Killian and Liam eventually led a mutiny when the captain was going to sail the ship into a storm. But then Hades showed up and made a deal with Liam, saying that to give him a jewel called the Eye of the Storm, and said that if he gives, and that he can use this to get him and Liam, the Liam and Killian able to go into the Navy if they presented to the Royal Navy in exchange for actually sacrificing their shipmates and pilot and sailing the ship into the storm, which they do. They're of course the only survivors. They give the jewel to the Royal Navy, and of course they're presumably enlisted. So when they're trying to go search for the book, there's a side story in which Prince Charming and Snow White have to go look for the book, and they have to go talk to James, the evil twin of Prince Charming, and Prince Charming's confronted by Cruella de Vil, who's there to seduce him and have champagne, and because apparently James and Cruella are lovers. But then she reveals that she knew that Charming was posing as James because he didn't have that darkness or edge to him, and how James resents him because he was the one that had to be given up at birth, and their mother kept Prince Charming. And they say they're going to be in for one hell of a reunion, because when they're getting pissed about when he's getting pissed about this whole conversation, you can see that same trauma and rage in Charming that she sees in James. So when they go to find the book, Liam, Killian, and Emma go to looking in a house looking for a book. Liam goes to tear the pages out, but Emma starts to suspect that Liam's hiding something, and she catches him looking at the pages. And Killian, who has this big brother worship, ends up taking Liam's side about he deserves to move on, and that's why she's making the accusation, and so she storms off. But eventually Killian finds out that his brother was lying to him, and the other previous shipmates who are in the underworld confront him, and they take Liam and Killian, and they want to throw him over that edge into the pit of fire where souls are supposed to move on, but Hades or previous other people have been thrown into a lava pit below. And Hades shows up and wants to basically get the pages from Liam and also kill and get rid of Killian. But Liam decides he wants to protect his brother, and Hades almost throws him to the pit. Killian is told to let him go, and Liam falls into the pit, but there's a shadow, which the new pirate ship appears, and he's on a lifeboat, and signifies that he's going to be moving on because he was willing to sacrifice his life for others like he should have years ago. And so he and the previous shipmates decide to go on to the afterlife, and Killian decides he has previous unfinished business to help Emma not only stop Hades, but also to go back with her to the real world. And he tells her this much. There's also this side story in which Henry is trying to look for the quill and become the author or something like that. But the sorcerer's apprentice appears and tells him not to help resurrect Cruella de Vil, and that he should be recording stories and not creating them. But he feels like he's the one who's always on the sidelines and being the watchdog, and he wants to be a hero for once and contribute and make something of himself. And when Prince Charming notices that he's brooding in the attic, and he says that you're lucky to have a family like us and that you can talk to us about anything, he finally comes clean about what he was doing, and it finally decides that takes the Sorcerer's Apprentice's advice to record stories, but that means he could also record a way of how to defeat Hades. And the last shot is Hades going through the pages, and you find out about he has a history with Selena, the Wicked Witch of the West, and Regina's sister. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode. Again, I wasn't familiar with Liam being a past character, being like a character who's appeared previously on the show, I guess I'm assuming. And at first it just seemed like kind of filler, but then I understood by the end of the episode that it was basically the whole stuff with Liam was supposed to help Killian regain his self-worth after being possessed by the dark, becoming one of the Dark Ones, and which I like. I definitely like the arc. So it didn't feel like just necessary filler. So I'm interested to learn about the history with Selena next week, although I'm a little iffy about it because that does feel like filler. But overall, I just say that for this particular episode, to give it about 8 out of 10. What do you guys think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my Batman vs Superman review. The first 13 minutes of it will be spoiler free, and then the last 20 minutes will be in-depth spoilers. And then I'm also going to, and don't forget to check out, I'm going to also be putting up my review of Daredevil episodes 2 through 4, and try to finish up the season throughout the week. But it'll be a lot. I'm going to be juggling a lot with work, as well as Flash, Arrow, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl. So just be patient with me. I will get them up as soon as I can. All this stuff by the end of the week. Just want to wish you guys a happy Easter, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.